A girl who was a regular at Picasso's coffee shop, now making her television debut on The Voice. I'm here in Hazelwood, where residents are already starting to clean up the mess of the devastating storm that came through here Wednesday night. Hi, I'm Killian Walsh here with Bluey, the St. Louis Blues mascot, who is here supporting the Lady Lions at Pink the Rink. This event is the first of its kind and displayed the boards of 8 survivors. Wednesday marked the first day of spring on the calendar, but spring temperatures didn't come with it. If you take a look at the radar map, you'll see there isn't much going on here in the Midwest, but a low pressure system is heading our way in the near future. The skies are cloudy and the temperature is low with small bursts of wind. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing warmer temperatures for a while longer. Before looking to the rest of the week, let's switch over to the 5-day forecast. The rest of the Wednesday will bring more severe thunderstorms well into the evening. Thursday will be cloudy all day with temperatures dipping into the mid-30s and only reaching around 55. Friday, some of those clouds will disappear, but temperatures will remain between the mid-30s and 50s. Things are looking good for the weekend, with temperatures on Saturday reaching nearly 60. Sunday will be a great day to soak up the sun as well, with a high of 73 degrees. That's all I have for your weather. For LUTV News, I'm Killian Walsh. For a closer look, let's jump on over to the 5-day forecast. For the rest of Friday, the high will only get up to about 50 and the rain will continue. Saturday, the weather isn't looking too good, with temperatures remaining in the high 40s and low 50s. Scattered showers will continue all day Saturday and into Sunday, when temperatures will rise to about 60. Be sure to keep a close eye on the flood-prone areas. Next week, the rain will finally clear up on Monday, giving us partly cloudy skies and a high of 73. Tuesday will continue the warming trend with a high of 75. That's all I have for your weather. For LUTV News, I'm Killian Wall. A Missouri House panel is considering nullifying all federal gun control laws. Lawmakers heard the testimony on the proposal Wednesday. Republican Representative Doug Funderburk of St. Peters is sponsoring the proposal. The motion would negate any federal tax, ownership restriction, or registration on firearms. Supporters of the plan say it would protect gun rights for Missourians. However, the committee did not vote on the proposal and no one testified against. Many Lindenwood students don't know of a proper procedure that they would take if an active shooter was to be on campus. All it takes is a simple swab on the cheek. Missouri Department of Transportation began a program this week to help improve streets. The goal is to temporarily patch the potholes on the roadways that the agency covers. MoDOT is asking for the public's assistance to make the program a success. St. Louis District Engineer Ed Hassinger urges the public to report troubled spots. Drivers can report potholes by calling 1-888-ASK-MoDOT. They can also submit concerns through the MoDOT website, Facebook, or Twitter pages. Yoga is a great way to relieve stress after a long day of classes. Some of the volunteers are here in the leadership room making care packages for local community projects. Plus, a local band visited Lindenwood's student-run radio station this week. Find out what tune they sung. Those stories plus sports, weather, and more ahead on LUTV News. Universities are stepping up their security, and I'm Killian Walsh. Relatives of the St. Louis Community College Merrimack student attacked in a campus restroom are raising concerns. Authorities say 19-year-old Blythe Group was attacked by 18-year-old Javon Mallory of St. John on Tuesday. Reports say Mallory was released before any court appearance and no campus alerts were sent out on the attack. Mallory was later rearrested and charged with a felony of assault on school property. The victim's father believes the college was more concerned about keeping the incident out of the media. Another national prescription drug take-back has been scheduled by the Drug Enforcement Administration. The National Drug Take-Back Day will take place on Saturday, April 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. In 5 previous take-back events, the DEA, along with Missouri state, local, and tribal law enforcement, have collected more than 2 million pounds of prescription medications that were removed from circulation. A federal appeals court has upheld a Missouri law protecting funerals from protesters. This law bans protesters from being within 300 feet of funerals. This decision was made in response to military members' funeral being protested by a Kansas-based church in 2006. The appeals court fought the law, saying that barring protests violates the First Amendment. While this law applies to funerals, it does not apply to funeral processions. Well, she stopped by Lindenwood University this week. We'll have more on that next. We'll tell you how the city of O'Fallon made it happen ahead on LUTV News. The numbers for the devastating storm are in. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Killian Walsh. In Hazelwood, a larger tornado was confirmed in the St. Louis County town. This is where we begin our team coverage. The governor met with local officials Thursday to survey the affected areas. I visited one of the hardest hit streets and spoke with the families who are trying to recover.
It's just overwhelming. You look at your life's work and it's a pile of rubble.
Alan Besaw lives on Townhouse Street, one of the hardest hit streets in Hazelwood. He was at home in the shower when the tornado tore through his neighborhood.
So I decided to take a shower, and when I came out, I was kind of shocked at what I saw. I had insulation dust in the house. I didn't know what had happened. When I opened my garage door, I found out the garage was sitting on my truck.
Besaw's daughter Michelle wasn't home during the storm and was emotional about what she found.
Pray for us. I mean, there's nothing, the people that want to see it just don't come here right now. I mean, now is not the time for people to come and view. Just pray for us and wish us luck rebuilding.
The debris covers the majority of homes on Townhouse Street, with branches broken, trees fallen, and siding torn off. Besaw's entire garage collapsed onto his truck, causing him to miss work for the first time in 25 years. The neighbor's home was in shambles too. One resident of the home says they're only beginning to recover.
Right now, we're finally starting to clean up the yard. The adjuster's finally been here. Just some broken glass, broken doors. My neighbor's shed fell on my side of my house, so just trying to clean up the debris.
Volunteers handed out free food and water, and other companies offered help in any way they could.
We're just pretty much going around offering tarp services, just to make sure that everybody, when they do, there are a few people who do still get to sleep in their homes tonight, make sure that they don't have rain on their head, and pretty much just protect from more damage that could cause.
The women's ice hockey game had a pink crowd on Friday. The team hosted the rink to raise breast cancer awareness. The women's team skated onto the ice in special edition jerseys with more than scoring goals on their minds. The pink jerseys were a tribute to breast cancer awareness. Fans were also encouraged to wear pink to raise awareness. The coach and some players have been directly affected by breast cancer. The disease has been a villain to forward Lindsey Kirkham's family.
Last spring, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. So all through this year, she was fighting it and went through chemo. And at the end of November, she finished her treatment and she beat it.
A record 300 people attended the game. Among the supporters was the St. Louis Blues towelman and mascot. Hi, I'm Killian Walsh here with Louie, the St. Louis Blues mascot, who is here supporting the Lady Lions at Pink the Rink. Fans traveled from all over to support the cause. Mother of defenseman Chelsea Witwicky, Renee Witwicky, came all the way from Minnesota.
Well, I just hope that an event like this helps to raise awareness, which is what it's meant to do, and just build a better, more of a community feel, and people, just the whole hockey in general, tying that in with the sport, is people coming together.
Before Friday's game, players sold ribbons to raise money for the cause. Coach Vince O'Mara says he looks forward to Pink the Rink every year.
So we've had just a tremendous help from so many people getting it ready, and it's going to be something that we will continue to do each and every year. I think the support from the Lindenwood family, the parents of a lot of our players, our staff, and the Lindenwood administration has been just fantastic.
The event concluded with a 1-to-1 tie in overtime and raised over $4,000. Students and family gathered in Sibley Chapel Thursday evening. It was a time to heal as they celebrated the life of their friend, brother, and teammate. That was the sound of Lindenwood rugby players remembering their fellow teammate. 19-year-old Michael Black passed away early Wednesday morning. A service was held to honor his memory in Sibley Chapel. Family, friends, and classmates filled the entire chapel with people standing and sitting on the ground to find room. Lindenwood Director of Community and Public Relations Scott Queen says the service was at the request of students.
These students are the ones that really wanted to have this memorial service, and they wanted to remember him in a positive way in an environment right here on campus.
Black was a freshman at Lindenwood, residing in Fremer Hall. Fremer RD Mike Clinton says Michael was a great kid to be around.
He was always outgoing, willing to help out around the dorm. he was always willing to help others. That was one thing that I can remember him by.
Black was a member of the rugby team at Lindenwood. He and his brother Tyler were both at Lindenwood on rugby scholarships. Rugby coach Ron Lazowski says Michael was very energetic.
His talent matched his energy. He had such a bright future, both as an athlete and as a human being.
His teammates all sat together wearing shirts that bore special meaning to them.
I just wanted to tell you what that meant. This is a brotherhood of people that Michael is a part of, who live life unafraid of death.
One player, Jacob Divich, says Michael was a light of the team.
He was the life of the party, always, but he did have things that he was struggling with, and I'm just thankful to God now that he is in paradise with him.
Other speakers included Lindenwood President Dr. James D. Evans, other rugby teammates, two of Michael's mentors, and Michael's brother Tyler. The service concluded with both smiles and tears. A celebration of his life will be held April 21st in Michael's hometown, Colorado Springs, Colorado. For LUTV News, I'm Killian Walsh. That's it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Killian Walsh. That's it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Killian Walsh. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Killian Walsh. Thank you for joining us.